Okay, and Taking Root versus Being Black in America, it deals with poverty, gender, power, and privilege, as well as stereotype. In Taking Roots, it basically was a woman, they formed a group of women that would help them out of poverty, as well as create a source of income to help them out of poverty. It helped them out of poverty and created a source of income that led to many difficulties, because in society today, we find that it is hard for women to find a source of income that is suitable for them to move, as well as find a sense or create a sense of survival skills. As far as power and privilege, Taking Roots and Being Black in America, this was one of their biggest challenges with the government and the society, because I know with power, Taking Roots, they felt as if the government didn't really take them serious. And once the government figured out that they were organizing a group of women, they kind of cut it short and wanted to take over what they were trying to do. As far as stereotype, we as African Americans, we are stereotyped because of our skin color and the texture of our hair, tattoos, as well as what people want to call us having a lack of communication. Lack of education. With Essential Blue-Eyed versus LGBTQ, they focus on social justice, human rights, race discrimination, and oppression. In Essential Blue-Eyed, she basically did a test of upper-class blue-eyed Caucasians that will show them how it feels to walk a day in African American shoes. Discrimination with LGBT, it kind of ties in with how they feel as a person. With LGBTQ, they kind of feared for their life. They weren't safe with going in different bathrooms. They weren't safe as far as they didn't feel safe as far as just being in society, period. They experienced different challenges, unfair treatments, limit and constraints. Even with LGBTQ, they wanted to be called different names, but due to society, they were called things such as queers and gays or faggots, things of that nature. So it kind of ties in with discrimination as well as oppression. With Environmental Justice versus Shannon Rainey and Janice Stanley Press Park, environmental justice is something that we face every day. Contamination and population that can kind of lead to overcrowding. It showed how they recover from different challenges with resiliency and difficulties. With the Press Park, the city of New Orleans didn't want to, they felt like the higher authority didn't care, in a sense. Their houses were built on toxic waste for years, and they basically didn't care about the lower class, as well as immigration status and class. It kind of ties in together with the environmental justice, and it kind of reminds me of my hometown. Even back from 20 years, it kind of still looks the same. But as far as me driving down Bluebonnet or going to LSU, you kind of see that a lot of money has been invested and a lot of time has been invested. But if I go back to my hometown, it still looked the same. So it kind of related to environmental justice, or the things that Shannon Rainey was going through in Press Park with the contamination and population and things of that nature. Like she said, many of their neighbors died from cancer due to mold and things of that nature. Intellectual disabilities versus Same Love Macklemore. All of it kind of focused on empowerment and consciousness, raising intersectionality, sex, and religion. Both of them, both Loretta Claiborne as well as Macklemore, they both were fearless in a sense with the things that were happening in their life. They both became stronger and more confident, and like Macklemore said, they should not remain voiceless. They should speak out and stand on what they believe. With intersectionality, it's a sense of ableism and transphobia, which it shows discrimination towards somebody that's disabled, or somebody that consider themselves as a transgender or gay or a queer or anything like that. Macklemore had a statement that he said, rather than fight for humans and have their rights stolen, no freedom till we equal, damn right I support it. He basically, in a sense, he was saying that you should stand up for what you believe in. Never just go for what somebody else think, or always be you, in a sense. Religion, in both of them, they basically, in a sense, God doesn't accept being disabled or somebody that's being gay or somebody that's gay. Three deadliest words, it's a girl. This kind of ties in and focus on the gender, race, age, and oppression. And it's a girl, the mothers, in a sense, didn't want a girl. The government kind of stated that, or they believed that boys were more valuable than girls. The gender side, with 200 million girls were missing, they had a one-child policy where if they saw a child, then or if they saw a family of more than one child, then they would have a greater violence to that mother. With race, it happened in India, more so a mom that killed more than 8 girl children. And oppression is just basically an unjust treatment.